This is a production to show what do-it-yourself floral preservatives, Restore and Pro-Seal can do for your flowers. These are some spray roses that we purchased, and we have a couple carnations and daisies, and we're going to go ahead and spray them with Restore. We have several types of Restore, but we're going to go ahead and do this demonstration so you can see what we're able to do with Restore. We also have some 91% isopropyl alcohol that we add to Restore, plus some dried silica sand and gel. And here are some containers that we're going to put them in to dry. This is a container that has a vacuum on the top so that we can go ahead and pull a slight vacuum on the product. So we'll go ahead and cut the flowers down, and we'll mix up some Restore in 1:1 with isopropyl and spray it on these spray roses and put them in front of a fan so that they dry completely on the surface and down into the centers. And then we'll place them on top of the sand in these containers and proceed to dry them for 2 days. So we'll go ahead and start the procedure, and then we'll show how this looks. Well, now we've got, you can see it's somewhat dry. We have to dry it some more, but we're getting the blue color. We'll have to stir it and get it uniform. It's probably 125 degrees, but you can see it's drying quite efficiently. And then once we get it dried, we'll have to get the lid and put the lid on so it doesn't absorb moisture. And then we go ahead and we'll put it in the freezer for probably 30 minutes so we can cool it down to 100 degrees or less. Probably 100 degrees will be fine. And then once that's done, we'll treat the flowers and get them dry and put them in there and cover them. This container here has a vacuum system on it that you can push down and pull the air out. So that's kind of convenient. And then we'll go ahead and probably put in five spray roses in it, or 3 large roses, depending on what I have. So now we've gone ahead and mixed the alcohol, the isopropyl alcohol, with Restore. And we got it in a 1:1 solution, and we took a sprayer, and we went ahead and sprayed the surface, as you can see, of these spray roses. And so they're not exceedingly wet, but you can see there was drippage and overspray. So these are now sprayed, and we'll put them in front of a fan, a warm fan, not hot, not even, just a little bit warm, and we'll go ahead and have them dry. And again, we may spray them to see how stiff these petals become, so that the petals will be durable once we start sand drying. We went ahead and sprayed the carnations and daisies, and just enough so there's not over drippage, but enough to get the surface wet. And again, we'll put them in front of a warm fan, or a fan at 80 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit would be fine. And we'll go ahead and dry them until everything has been dried completely before we place them in the sand. Well, you can see we're pretty dry. We've been drying with a hairdryer on cool. You have to be careful because sometimes the edges dry faster and may discolor. So we try not to have much heat, very cool heat. the dry silica sand. We'll also use these Ziploc vacuum bags, which work well. So we'll go ahead and try to get them placed in the silica sand. And now we have the silica material warmed up to 100 degrees, and the flowers are sitting in it that are dry to the touch with a hair dryer. And we'll go ahead and put the lid on and pull a vacuum. Also, we've worked with this one here, and we've put some spray roses into this and a carnation in this one. This is a demonstration on how to make sand-dried flowers. I'm trying to attempt to get this to... Okay. Trying to get this to do what it's supposed to do. This is to show you how to sand dry flowers. These have already been sand dried and are in really excellent condition. They're sturdy and durable and can be picked up and handled quite easily. This is already, the sand has already been utilized, and so that's why there's no color to the sand. Normally the sand is blue. So we're going to go ahead and show how to prepare and sand dry different color roses. And this is showing you what it looks like with what has been done already. It shows you the colors of these spray roses, these pink spray roses. They've been fairly well dried. So first of all, we'll go ahead and take out these roses. They'll have to be cleaned up and utilized in the arrangements. We'll just take them out, and then we'll go ahead and prepare the sand, the silica gel. It is a color indicated silica gel, so it will work quite nicely. We have to go ahead and put it in a microwave and heat up the surface of the sand or silica gel to about 125, 130 degrees. It'll take probably 8 to 10 minutes depending how wet the material is. Here's some roses that have been not dried yet. They're in various shapes and conditions, but they will dry nicely and can be used in arrangements after they dried. And then we're going to go ahead and air dry and sand dry these different types of daisies and roses. And I think we've got probably a Gerber daisy somewhere to work on. So we'll go ahead and work on these and show you how they'll be pre-treated so that we can utilize it. When we do drying in the freeze, when we do drying of the molecular sieves, and we also put in some water. So the water is put in, and then it's put on full power, probably for 7 minutes, and we can go ahead and start that.